And I want us to see today that it's true for us as well, that we can, if you will, obey God, we can love God, we can do all the right things and still have the wrong perspective about God, the wrong perspective about ourselves and other people and the world around us, and not understand the impact it's having upon us. There are a lot of Christian believers who are going to heaven when they die because they know Jesus as Lord of their life, they've given their life to Christ, but their thinking is still warped. Their thinking is still disjointed and their thinking is still distorted. They have the wrong lens over their spiritual eyes, and they're following worldly examples and worldly exposure and worldly education and worldly influences in their life, and it's creating the lens through which they filter the world around them. Paul talks about this in the book of Ephesians chapter 4. Look at what he says. With the Lord's authority, I say this, live no longer as the Gentiles do. He's talking to Christians. He says, don't live like the world lives. Gentiles refers to the world there. For they are hopelessly confused. Please notice that statement. The world without God, what are they? Hopelessly confused. The whole world structure as we see it out there today is hopelessly confused. It doesn't take much to figure that out, because the world around us is calling things that we know to be wrong, calling them right, and everything's twisted around and perverted. And so it should not surprise us, because that's how the world thinks. Hopelessly confused. Their minds are full of darkness. They wander far from the life God gives because they have closed their minds and hardened their hearts against Him. That is, they have the wrong perspective. People living in the world apart from God are living with a wrong perspective. They're viewing life the wrong way. And so how do we find freedom from this? Jesus talked about this as well in John chapter 8. Look at what He said. Jesus said to the people who believed in Him, you're truly my disciples if you remain faithful to my teaching, and you will know the truth. What's the opposite of truth? A lie, deception, okay? So He says, you're living in deception. You need to know the truth, because it's the truth that will do what? Set you free. This is important to grasp here. So Jesus is teaching us, saying, you know what? If you need for your filters, your lenses to be changed, the only way for your lenses to be changed is to gain truth. And once you gain truth, there's a consequence of that truth, and that is liberation or freedom in your life.